Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I am going to call the NFL a bunch of hypocrites, okay? As we got Jerry Jones, who's trying to circumvent Micah Parsons' agent, right? He's trying to circumvent him so that way he can get a better deal for himself, right? We always hear about players are selfish, that they're not team players. Because, see, here's the thing that's interesting is when a player doesn't perform, they cut him. They cut him. You know, we might have signed you to a $200 million contract, but we're only going to pay you what was guaranteed. And you know what? We're done with you. We're done with you. We don't care. Out. On the streets. When a player, for example, when at the time Dak Prescott was drafted in, the fourth round, he was basically making, $50,000 a game. Less than that. When Aaron Rodgers was making $2 million, it wasn't an opt-out of that rookie contract and pay me more money for what I'm valued, right? It didn't work that way. But here it is. Mark Maskey of the Washington Post is definitely reporting that that the NFL owners are getting giddy and they're beginning negotiations with the NFLPA about having an 18-game season, okay? Now, I want you to understand that this is how quickly things change. In 2023 for the NFL, in 2023, the NFL reached a record high of $13 billion in 2023. 2023. You know what they ended up getting last year? Estimates are? Around $20.2 billion. Yeah. So the NFL is growing. Now let's say hypothetically, we'll keep the numbers simple. There's 18 weeks in a season. If we say each week is part of that generation, we break the 20 million down into an easy number. We'll just say the NFL is worth $1 billion a week. $1 billion a week, right? If you go to an 18-game season, the NFL will probably add another bye week into the system. So it will be 20 weeks of football. That alone is going to add you about another $2 billion of revenue. But here's what's interesting. See, again, I can play outstanding and I got no recourse with the team to get more money. But check this out. Because now, this is an article. Palm Beach, Florida. The National Football League hasn't formally decided whether to opt out of its domestic media rights contract 4 years early. The contract that they just signed goes to 2029. But they have opt-outs on it. And making the television networks, of course, renegotiate to pay them more money. We already know that Netflix is going to have 2 games and Amazon is going to have a game on Christmas. 3 games. But it's already certain to happen as data continues to come in, strongly bolstering the case to do so. The NFL current rights deals with Amazon, CBS, ESPN, Fox, and NBC run through the 33 season, but the league has an opt-out provision with most of them that allows them to exit instead after the 29 season and do so with ESPN a year later before Super Bowl the next month. So the opt-outs were incredibly valuable and that their deals are undervalued, giving the NFL status as by far the most popular programming in all of U.S. television, regardless of genre. Since then, the Super Bowl itself became the most watched program ever in U.S. television. Major League Baseball, as part of ESPN, is now pursuing even greater riches from national rights. Those data points, plus other major sports right deals for entities such as the National Basketball Association and college football playoff, add support for the league's positions. Sources said the opt-outs have become a virtual lock, even if the NFL EVP and chief media and business officer isn't confirming it. All the data is possible for the value of sports media in general and for NFL specifically. So my point being here is, first of all, we as the fans here get mad that an NFL player wants to get paid. How dare Micah Parsons want to get paid? He's so greedy. Well, look, it's not like the NFL is losing money right now with the television contracts that they have. Yet they're trying to get every cent from you and me. They ain't cutting us any breaks. Why is it we always look at the owners and feel sorry for the poor rich guys? We build the stadiums. Our tax dollars build the stadiums for them. They get tax exemptions. And they go do contracts. We're going to tear it up. Right now, as we speak, Netflix is trying to get one of the packages from Sunday. CBS, ABC's, NBC, Fox, and they're going to pay even more money for it, which means you're going to pay more money for it. Yeah, the NFL, they're greedy bastards and they're hypocrites, because lo and behold, let the product in the field that's actually the reason why we watch, they want to get paid. They certainly can't renegotiate and exercise an opt-out. And in fact, some owners are trying to circumvent and make sure that they get the best deal from the players that they can screw them over with. So there's that. It's getting to be crazy out here. It is getting to be crazy out here. Alrighty, good people. That's all I got to say about that. But the NFL, come on, man. You got to do better than this, man. Definitely got to do better than this. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and keep the faith. Hopefully, we'll do some more great things with the team. We'll get Micah Parsons done, and we'll make some great picks at the draft. I'll see you soon.